Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm one of your hosts, Brian, joined with the other host.
Karen.
This episode's a little different. Maybe not. I mean, we're talking about music, so
And metal music.
and metal music mainly. I guess, yeah, all metal,
All metal
music.
music.
We've got our vinyl collection that we were going to sort of talk through. We already filmed this, did the intro and all that shit for it. And halfway through, when we were changing out batteries for our camera, we realized, shit, one of our other cameras isn't actually recording. So that camera is supposed to be zoomed in on the vinyl itself as we were sort of looking at them. We're going to replace that with photos.
Yeah, we don't want to scrap the whole episode, so
yeah.
we'll have the voices with photos.
Yep. So we're going to pick up wherever we cut it. It's somewhere in that first part. So hopefully you enjoy as we talk through our vinyl collection.
Yep.
I've been collecting vinyl for a long time, since high school. We'll talk about the story of how I got into it eventually with the Slipknot album. And I've said that story before, I think. But
yeah.
we'll get to that when we get to it. I don't know if it's going to be in this episode or not. It's probably going to be several episodes of this. But we're going to start all the way. So we'll throw a picture up of our setup, sort of how our vinyl is sort of at right now, or how it's arranged. It's just using one of those IKEA shelves.
So the shelf that we ended up buying, we used to use just like the 2x4 shelves.
Yep.
But the one that we ended up getting was like they kind of advertised it as a like DJ setup.
So IKEA worked with a DJ. I can't remember who they worked with to build out new furniture for DJ and music related, because I think they know people use those 2x4s or those that square setup of theirs for vinyl quite heavily.
Yes.
Because a lot of people on Reddit and YouTube that's sort of their setup that they have. That works out perfectly.
It does. They fit perfectly in the little squares. So.
Yeah. So I don't know what we were talking about.
Oh, no, you were going to show a picture of what we had. So right. I was explaining it. So we didn't purchase like the piece of furniture that we have. We didn't purchase like the little tabletop thing to put your laptop and your turntable on and stuff.
Yep. So
we're just using the flat shelf portion of it. And then we ran out of space. So we bought a 2x2 as well. We repurposed the 2x4s that we were using. We're almost out of space again, so I have no clue what we're going to do.
Probably get another 2x2 or something.
I just don't know where we're going to put it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's still some room to grow for sure.
Yes.
But yeah, and I know some people will talk about how they organize their collections. And ours is organized too, but it's sort of on my own sort of...
Your own
whatever
way.
I came up with. So a lot of people will organize their collection either like alphabetical or by genre, and then sort of chronological order as well, potentially. Ours are sort of... each cubby. So if you start at the very top left, that's cubby number 1 or hole number 1, square number 1. Move right 1, that's 2, 3, 4. Go all the way across the top to get to 6. Then the one right below number 1, so bottom left is number 7, and then you work through. So if you think of it in like a number scheme, that would be 1 through 6, then 7 through 12.
Cool. Does any of those numbers mean anything?
So we're going to talk about cubby number 1 and 2, which are both the Metallica cubbies or holes. Or squares or whatnot.
After that, I think they mean nothing.
Yeah, probably
just
not.
Metallica's first.
Metallica, we're going to start there. And so that's what these two sort of squares or numbers represent in how I've organized things. And then once they're in there, it's sort of chronological to some extent. Metallica, the first one is all their box sets that we have arranged in whatever way I kind of have it. So let's dive in with the very first one in that sort of square. And that's this box set here, 5,000 made. I saw this once again in high school. It was in, I think, FEM or whatever that men's magazine was. They had a spin-off of music-related magazine. I can't remember what it was called. I have a couple issues of it. I was buying a couple of the issues and whatnot, and that's where I saw an advertisement for this album in that magazine. I was like, holy shit, I want to get this. It has the albums up to, I want to say, And Justice. So, like, Kill 'Em All, that's how you start with. Then you get Ride the Lightning. You get the Creeping Death sort of single. Master of Puppets, Garage Days, and Justice, yeah. So you get all of those in there. I saw that it was limited to 5,000. I was like, there's no fucking way I'm going to get this. I went to ZZZ and they had it. I was like, well, all right, now I'm fucking buying this.
And that's a record store in Des Moines. We had.
Yes.
Did we do an episode on that yet, or are we going to?
I can't remember if we did or not. We definitely got a Karen's pick from there. I don't think we've listened to that yet or posted that.
Okay.
And it's definitely going to be in the vlog that we post for Rob Zombie.
Which will be
whenever that gets posted.
in a year.
We did open this and quickly went through it. Didn't really talk much about it other than listing out the albums. A few of these box sets we'll end up doing individual episodes. Maybe we'll talk about this more in depth in one of those. But yeah, this was the first one we're starting with, and that's that box set. It came with those, those first 4 albums, a few other little things in there. And yeah, I got super excited when I saw it. Took it home, opened it, played it all right away. Fucking love this thing. I was so happy with it. Next, we get Through the Never, the soundtrack to the movie, which is basically just a live concert.
Yep.
4 discs, 3 discs, looks like 3 discs. I think they're all colored as well. Gonna quickly open this. I know we said we were gonna open them all, but I do want to point out like the colored vinyl because I'm a big fan of that.
This is really cool. I some of these I don't think I've. Well, I mean, you probably opened them.
Everything we've played at least once.
Oh, I'm sure. I just don't pay attention to things.
So yeah, this little insert here of like bleeding and whatnot.
I'm surprised that you haven't like redid the sleeves, because that's a big thing that you do is like redo the sleeves on all the albums.
Yeah, so we'll definitely see this as we get to the non-box set albums, but I do take we use vinyl storage solution. I think is where we get it from. They have this sort of double pocketed protective case thing sleeve that you can put around your vinyl, and then there's a pocket on the back that you can stick the actual album into. So the cardboard sort of sleeve is protected, and then the discs can just be pulled out pretty simple. We'll show you what that's like here real shortly. And yeah, just black. I don't know if these are the sleeves this came with sort of like this better protective. Sometimes it's just paper sleeves. I do try to replace those at least.
Oh, okay. But these ones aren't that bad.
Yeah, because, I may have done that for these. I can't remember.
Oh, just a different brand than what we use now.
Exactly, yeah.
Or a different kind, I guess.
If it's something you're not going to see, like this is in a box set, so you're not going to see it, I don't use the clear ones because there's no point.
Yeah.
So if I'm lucky enough that an album comes with these good sort of sleeves, I'll take that out, put the colored one that it came with in a clear one, and put it in that double sleeve that we were talking about. And then I'll save those ones, that like the good, just normal white paper ones, for stuff like this that I then will swap in and out. So it's very possible I may have done that. Anywho, Through the Never, I absolutely love that fucking movie.
Yeah, we watch it a lot, or have it playing a lot. Not that we sit down and watch it, but
it used to be on Netflix, and it'd always be on in the background. It's not on Netflix anymore. Hopefully, it's added back in soon, or I just go on and buy it. I think I looked the other night to buy it, and I was like,
you should just buy it.
Yeah, I might buy a physical copy of it, like go to Reckless or something.
Yeah, we just always have it playing while we're doing other things. So.
This one I'm not going to open. It's S&M2. It's one of the deluxe, not like the super, super deluxe one, but it's one that comes with the 4 vinyl that are different colored and whatnot.
Yeah, we'll do an episode on
a bunch of shit.
Completely, yeah.
Yeah. We were lucky enough to go to this show, the Night 2 show, bought secondhand tickets. Fucking amazing show. And when this came out, you knew that it was going to come out, and it was like, I want the DVD. I want it on vinyl. Yeah, here it is. It's awesome.
Yeah. That one I'm actually excited to talk about again and listen to again. We haven't listened to that for a long time.
We haven't listened to it in a bit. I mean, I have, but not us together.
But not on vinyl.
Not on vinyl. I have not listened to it on vinyl. Yeah. The next one we have here is The Blacklist on vinyl. Really kind of cool. I don't know if that's going to come through or not, but sort of just the vinyl spell out Blacklist.
And then there's writing on the...
Yeah, all the bands who are in it and all the album name or song names are on here.
Yeah, so this one's the song names, right? And then the back, or I guess I don't know what the back and front is, but these are all the songs, and then these are all the artists.
Yeah, and it's sort of like this black on black.
Yeah, I don't know if that'll come through on the camera, but it's like a shinier black on top of
like a matte black and a gloss black. Yeah. Love this fucking album. It's so good.
Yeah. I don't like listening to it on the or using the vinyl.
On vinyl is not that good.
Yeah.
Because it's 14 Nothing Else Matters, 5, the 14 of every song basically in all those songs lumped together. So
Yeah.
the best way to listen to this, in my opinion, is on Spotify or some streaming service where you can play the whole album, but put it on shuffle and it gets mixed up quite well.
Yes. Yeah.
Otherwise, it gets a little repetitive and a little boring. There's enough variance in the songs that it's not a complete disaster, right?
Yeah.
It's still good and enjoyable. It's just more enjoyable for me to be on
I would
shuffle.
agree. I remember one time we were listening to this and I was just like, okay, I'm done hearing Sad But True or, like whatever song it was. Like, I was just like, let's skip to the next next album or next disc.
I think maybe 2 of these discs are all Nothing Else Matters.
Oh, I'm sure because there's like 20 some,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm making up that number, but there's so many. I mean, it's such a great song, but there's so many of them.
All right, next one. We got 2 more box sets from Metallica before moving on to the actual just single albums. This is the deluxe box set for Ride the Lightning. They've done this for everything up to the Black Album. Load and Reload are next. They just like close down submissions for people to send stuff in because each one of these will have like a little book right here. We'll open this and go more in depth here in the future, but they'll all have like this little book where they show images, ticket stubs, photos, stories, and whatnot from that era of this album, like the tours and whatnot. Really cool. You get some live stuff. You get a lot of live DVDs, live CDs,
Do you get
vinyl.
Maybe not the ones that we buy, but do you get like music, like the written music and stuff?
Sometimes you do some. It's different for every single one.
Oh, okay.
The Black Album, which I guess a good segue in there. This is Ride the Lightning. That box set will go in depth into this.
Yeah.
They're all numbered. This is 30,000 made. We have 22,532 is what number we have out of 30,000. If people care, I don't.
Yeah. I don't know. Only once I saw somebody say like, oh, I wish I had that poster number. And I almost was like, I don't really care. Unless it's we have a thing with 3s. So if it has like like if it's 33 or, something like that, I care. But otherwise, or like 13 or something. But otherwise, I'm like, I don't really care. But when the person said that, I was like, I could trade you, I guess, like our poster because I don't really care what number it is.
But as you said, transition into the next one, which is the Black Album.
Yep.
I'm 98% sure this one comes with sort of like a little folder which has copies of the handwritten lyrics on
That's
there.
what I was wondering because I remember seeing that in one of them, so I wasn't quite sure. But also we watched Jason Newsted open this one.
Yeah, he did a little video on it because it was the 30th anniversary of the Black Album, I believe, and it was like a huge celebration of this album. So that's when the Blacklist came out in this. Number we have 32,210 out of 52,000. A fuck ton more of these.
Yeah. You can still buy these though, because I see them at record stores.
Yeah.
Like Reckless has them and stuff. So.
Yep. We got this one when it came on sale. The Ride the Lightning one we didn't get when it came on sale. We got that 2023's garage sale, I think it was.
I think so. Yeah.
They had that and and Justice. I only got that one, but I wanted to eventually get all of these on these box sets, but now you have to buy them on the secondary market.
And they're pricey.
They can get quite pricey.
Yeah. I think we'll have to look, but I think Reckless and Lakeview might have And Justice.
Oh, do they?
But I haven't been in there for a long time, so they might not have it anymore. But it's one of them that's like up top by the like checkout.
Yeah.
So you have to ask for it.
Okay. But that's it for square number 1 on our sort of IKEA shelf. All Metallica box sets. Because these box sets are big and take up a lot of room, Metallica got cubby number 2. So we're gonna switch these out real quick and bring those over.
So there'll be a cut, but we'll be right back.
All right, so we're back with box number 2 or square number 2 on our shelf, and we get again continuing with the Metallica theme because they've got a fuck ton of shit. We get this Metal Massacre. This is a reissue that came out, I want to say...
Oh, that sucks, because you covered up all the songs and stuff.
Yeah, I want to say 2021, 2022. It was an anniversary release as well. This is the album where Metallica was first on. And this is that double pocket sleeve we were talking about where the case or the sleeve for the record is sort of in this sleeve, and then there's this sort of pocket on the back here that you can slide your album into. And same thing, this is just a clear version of the vinyl, not a black or anything. But yeah, this was their first time on a album with Hit the Lights. So it's a compilation album with a bunch of metal on here back in the early 80s, and of course Metallica.
So how, since this isn't all Metallica, how did you decide to put it in the Metallica slot?
Well, because it's Metallica. It's not their sole album, but it's the first album they were on, so it's like,
I see.
Where else is it
So
gonna
you
go?
chose that this was worthy to be in the Metallica slot.
Yeah, I bought this solely because of the Metallica, honestly.
Okay.
We've listened to it once or twice. It's fine. It's an okay album.
Oh, this one.
All right, next we get the Creeping Death single, 12-inch single. This was in the box set that I have, but this is like, I think, an original pressing of that from back in the 80s.
I believe so.
You got this for me for Christmas one year. It came with like this little cool...
So I got it from Reckless, and this little part right here is like how they had it displayed. And so he asked if I wanted that, and I was like, sure, why not? Like, but some of their albums are the more expensive ones, so they're not in like the...
They're like wall albums.
They're
They
wall
hang on the
albums.
walls.
Yeah, so they're not in the boxes that you can flip through. So you have to ask for this and stuff. And this one's in pretty rough shape. Like the sleeve is very rough. I don't even know if you want to take it out, but...
Oh, right. The album itself is in good condition, but
the sleeve is very
itself
rough.
is torn to shit along the edge here.
Yeah. Like you could tell somebody just had it probably in a box of albums. And
I think when we'll take it and open it up here real quick. Yeah, it's like
completely
ripped here at the bottom.
Yeah.
Like really rough shape.
When I bought it, they did show me all that and everything, and I was like, it's okay. I mean, for the price, maybe it wasn't okay, but I really didn't know price wise. So
yeah, I don't know if you haggled with them or not. I would assume you didn't haggle with them.
I don't haggle.
So $125 sticker price.
I did look up on eBay though what this was going for, and I feel like that was a
reasonable price,
fair price. Granted, for the condition of the sleeve, I probably could have said something, but
yeah,
I'm not going to
a little bit
because
I was super happy to get it. I love Creeping Death. It's one of my favorite songs.
It is, yeah, and that's why I wanted to get it for you.
Definitely my favorite song live.
Yeah.
And to get like, I don't care about original pressings and all that shit, but it is really cool. It's like a special. Oh, sweet, this is awesome. I'm glad I got it.
Yeah.
Then we have And Justice. So again, this is sort of going in chronological order in terms of when the albums were released. So that first one was their first demo. Then the Creeping Death comes from Ride the Lightning. And here we go. We have And Justice. For the longest time, And Justice was my favorite album. I've sort of not grown away from it, but I've sort of shifted more towards Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets is just a brilliant fucking album. It's really fucking good. So is Ride the Lightning. This is a good album too, but for the longest time, this was my favorite, and that's why I have it.
No, you have it because Metallica put it out.
Also that, yes. I don't think I have the other ones as individual albums like this, because I had that first box that I showed where it came with the first 4 albums. So it's like, I don't need to rebuy this. So I more than likely bought this before I bought that album, and then that's why I have this.
You mean you bought this before you bought the box set?
The box set with the first 4, exactly. Yeah. So that's sort of why, I have this in my collection, not the other ones. I probably would have slowly worked up toward the other ones, and I was probably going to buy Puppets or Ride the Lightning or something. Yeah. But then we get the Black Album. Got this before the box set came out as well, because the Black Album, I had to fucking have the Black Album. It's a great album. I think it gets a little overplayed, at least some of the songs for sure.
Yeah, maybe. But they're all good. I mean, they're good songs though.
They are really good songs. And I get, I love them, and I kind of shit on them a little bit where it's like, fuck that. Like, Nothing Else Matters. It's great. It's one of my favorite songs, but fuck, it gets overplayed. Inner Sandman the same way, where it's like, I have to fucking listen to Inner Sandman again. But when it comes on, it's like, it's actually a really good fucking song. Yeah. I love this album. This is a great album, and I feel like sold so many.
I would want to do like not a percentage or whatever, but I feel like a lot of songs that they play live are from that album.
Yeah, they do a good mix, but there's a lot of stuff from that. Yeah. Then we get Load. We'll do them together. Load and Reload. I have both of them.
Of course you do.
Load, Reload. Load came out first. Reload, second, obviously. Reload.
No, they did Reload first, and then they were
I
like, "Oh, we need to do Load."
love these albums. They're 90s, like it's the 90s era of Metallica after the Black Album, obviously, and people shit on them a lot, and I get it. Like there's stuff on here where it's not. You listen to it, it's like that's not quite metal. What the fuck is going on here? It's not the same Metallica. It's not that thrashy. It's just it's different. It's very rocky for sure. There's some blues elements in there as well. I love these albums. I think they're great. I love listening to them. They're on that border of metal, not metal, in my opinion. A lot of the songs. But I really love these albums a lot. There's really good shit on here, on both of them, and they're just the normal black vinyl.
Yep.
They've gone through and done a lot of reissues or new pressings through like Walmart where they do special color variants. Really don't have those. We do have a couple that we'll probably get to, but I already had these. I'm not going to go out and buy a different variant color for these.
You're not?
Not always. Sometimes I will.
Okay, because
but
I'm
not for
pretty
these
sure
ones.
we have a couple
We do.
variants of the same album.
But when the box sets for these come out, I'm definitely going to buy the box sets, and I'm going to love the shit out of it.
Do you think they'll release it as one box set?
No, it will be two.
Two separate ones? Oh, okay.
Next thing we have is just a slip mat. I joined the Metallica Vinyl Club, and as a member of the Vinyl Club, I think you could buy a slip mat. And I was like, fuck it, I'll buy one for $10, whatever the fuck the price was. I don't think I got this for free. I think I actually had to buy this. But with the Vinyl Club, a lot of their albums, I think all of their albums came with special add-ons, stickers, posters, shit like that. And I can't remember if this came with one of those or not. I'm almost positive I bought this.
Okay. That's not an album, but
It goes with
Metallica.
You need albums, but yeah, go in there. Anywho, next one, Garage Inc. Another one of my favorite fucking albums of all time. This is such a great cover album, and it's all covers. It's so good. I love this album, and I'll listen to it all the time. It is sort of not good in terms of pressing. And by that, I mean, there's a lot of skips, a lot of pops when you listen to this. So I don't listen to this on vinyl. I don't play this one often, but it's because of that. And it's like on some of my favorite songs too, where it's like you'll start hearing the pops and the skips, and it's like, what the fuck? This it sucks. But that's why I got it. It's one of my favorite albums, and I wanted it on vinyl, and unfortunately it sucks. So because of those pops and skips. Next, we get to S&M 1 on vinyl.
Isn't it just S&M?
Yeah, it's just S&M.
Okay.
It's called S&M 1. Cool. I mean, it's S&M. Yeah, it's great. It's an awesome fucking album. They, with the symphony, the first time they did that, and it's a very special album to me because it did meld sort of my first love of music with classical music and with metal music being melded together.
Right.
Love this album. I don't think the quality on this one is that good also. I think there's a few...
I think you're right, yeah.
Especially with No Leaf Clover. I think that's when it really hurts that song on this because there's some pops in that too.
Yeah. And I mean, that's just the album that we have though, right? Like,
yeah,
on every
just
album.
the album we have. The particular quality of the pressing for this particular album, that we ended up purchasing. And you'll have that from time to time.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
You can't, it happens, whatever. Then we get one of those Walmart variants we were talking about with Saint Anger. The little orange, purple Saint Anger sort of pressing. I'm not taking these out because I have that clear background like I was showing you or talking about. But yeah, a double pressing here, double disc with the red or with the orange. Get my words right. Kind of cool. When this album came out, I was so fucking stoked, so fucking happy. It was my first time being a Metallica fan with an album coming out. Before that, like all the albums had come out, I hadn't gone through that sort of hype of getting excited for a new album coming out.
Yeah.
And this was released. It was their first new album in a while. I was a newish fan at the time, so I was super pumped because I got to go through that experience, going to like Suncoast or Sam Goody or where the fuck I was buying records at that time, or CDs, and putting the $5 down to reserve a copy of it the day it came out, and then taking that day off of work, like asking for PTO that day, like I can't work that day, and then driving to Marshalltown, going to get the CD and listening to it like nonstop. over and over. I loved the album, and people like instantly started shitting on the album. I was like, "Fuck you! This is an awesome album." After a couple of years, I kind of went back and listened to it again. I was like, "Yeah, it kind of fucking sucks. It's really not that good."
You were just so excited because
I
it's your
was,
first album to
yeah.
buy for a band that you were really excited to see
Yeah,
or to hear. So
yeah, it really sucked. I did not like the album. Got this because I needed to complete my collection, and it's one of those cool pressings. So why not the Walmart pressings? So let's get it. Let's put it on. And I think I listened to it. I think it was your first time listening to the album too, from start to finish. And you're like,
probably.
this is actually not that bad. I kind of like this. And after letting it sit for several years and then finally revisiting it, I did come back and like, actually, that you're right. It's not really all that bad. It's not the greatest album they've ever done, but it's also not the worst. It's really fucking good, actually.
Yeah.
So after Saint Anger, we get Death Magnetic. This album came out, and I loved this album. Again, like going through Saint Anger, hearing that, and then sort of like loving it, and then sort of going through the emotions of like, it actually does kind of suck. It's really not that good. And then this came out, and like, holy fuck, this is so much better. More old school sort of sounding Metallica, even before the Black Album. Like the Black Album was sort of the consolidated, condensed songs, where these are longer songs, heavier sounding songs. I love this album so much. Which is weird because I haven't really listened to it in a few years, but I need to check it out again. I do love this a lot.
There's too many albums. We can't listen to everything.
Yeah, this is definitely one I got in high school, and I listened to a lot when it came out. I had a record player by that time, and I definitely bought this on vinyl for that reason. All right, after that, we get a special one, the Helping Hands live acoustic album. This came on sale, and I like bought it right away a few years ago. Just before 2020, before COVID and all that, I think.
Was it in 2019?
I think this was recorded in 2019, yeah.
Oh, look, while you
Bunch of covers, a bunch of really good stuff. And it's got this sort of bluish purple marble vinyl sort of pressing to it.
2018.
18?
Yeah, so maybe it came out in 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was recorded November 3rd, 2018.
I love this album so much. I listen to it a lot on vinyl and on Spotify. A bunch of other covers, just all acoustic and whatnot. And you definitely get like the James being pissed during the entire time, getting too much bass in his mics or in his ears when he's playing, and he can't really hear himself play. Gets it figured out toward the end, and yeah, it's a great fucking album. I'm glad I got it on vinyl, and I'm glad I got it when I did because it sold out pretty quick, I think. This was another Christmas present from you. I think the same time you got me the Creeping Death, you got me this also.
Both of them at the same time?
Yeah. This is Don't Tread on Me, Nothing Else Matters, that Blacklist single.
Yeah, I think they were at the same time, yeah.
That sort of just, it melds those two songs together, whatever artist, I can't remember who
Sebastian something?
Yeah, who made that. It's a fine mix. It's really not one of my favorite songs on that album. The Blacklist, my favorite songs are definitely the non-English speaking singles where they sing the song in like Spanish or something, which is primarily around Unforgiven. I think you get a lot of the Unforgiven songs like that. At least those are the ones I gravitate to the most. Those are my favorite songs on the Blacklist for sure. But this is cool. This is fun. Yeah, got it on the Blacklist and now the single by itself.
Well, your favorite song is Nothing Else Matters, so
yes.
I figured you would like it, so that's why I got it.
No, I do like it. I do. It's just not my favorite song on that album.
I never remember it being so
dingy and whatnot.
dingy, yeah.
I think it's supposed to be.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I think
okay.
that's like the design of it.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's an old sort of look to it.
I see. I was going to say both this one and the other one were used, so that's why I thought maybe
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, obviously the Creeping Death was used. It's falling apart.
Yeah.
So
still kind of going in chronological order, we now get to the newest album, M72. Oh, wait, no. 72 Seasons.
72 Seasons, yeah.
M72 is the tour that they went on.
Yeah.
God damn.
That's fine.
Really cool sort of packaging here with the inlays and whatnot, and then you get the faces on each of the covers. Let's see what one this is. This is like that midnight purple. Yeah, I don't know what release this like Midnight Purple is? If it's like
I
a
thought that
record store one,
So I thought that was the special. So we didn't go get it the night that it was released.
the
but
midnight release.
The midnight release had a special album, and I think you bought it afterwards.
It
somehow.
very well could have been. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think that if you went to that release, you got a special one, and then we found one, I think, at a record store later, and that's why you got that one.
Yeah, I think so. It was during Reckless I went and picked that up, I think.
Oh, that was okay. Maybe
Like a record store day or something.
Yeah.
But then we get another copy of M72.
How many of these do we have?
Just these two, honestly.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I seriously thought we had like 4 or 5 copies of this.
I think this is like a Walmart variant, possibly, because it is
The green,
the yellow
green,
and
green.
black sort of pressing. They had a special one that came out that was released when the album was sort of announced and whatnot, and it was a much more vibrant yellow and black sort of marble.
Yeah, this one looks green to me.
I get yellow for sure. I can see the green for sure where you would say that, but I think it's supposed to be yellow.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's the cool thing about the splatters and the variants is
yeah,
you get different colors. So.
The
other side looks more yellowy.
Especially if you look at it.
Yeah,
like a
that's what I
light.
was gonna say. Like you had it laid down on here, and if you look
Yeah.
at it, then it's more yellow.
I wanted to get that special one, that like more vibrant yellow and black, but I saw the email, got up, took a shower, forgot about it later that afternoon, went to go get it. It was a 5th member exclusive and it had already sold out. I was like, fuck, I should have just bought this right away.
Oh.
So that's why I wanted this one, is it does fit the album theme. I love when you do marble or sort of colored pressings that go along with the album art. And this being yellow and black and having the album be yellow and black is super fucking cool to me. As you asked, how many do we have? 2. This is the second
I
one.
seriously thought we had like 4 or 5.
We're going to probably get another one when they come to Chicago. Go to the pop-up store and buy the Chicago pressing.
We will, yeah.
We did see them in Detroit. We could have got the Detroit pressing. We didn't.
Yeah, they still had it when we went.
Kind of, I'm fine with that. I don't have a super deep connection to Detroit, so whatever. But Chicago, I do, and I'm probably gonna get it, even though we have 2 copies of the fucking album already. All right, so now we start getting into the Vinyl Club stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So this is Black in 2020. So in 2020, when everybody was on lockdown and whatnot, they being Metallica, released a acoustic version of Blackened online, and it was just sort of like, as you can see with the album art here, it's got like the Zoom screen of all the members, and they were just doing it through Zoom and whatnot.
I was like looking at the letters. I'm like, what do those stand for?
Oh, Lars, James, Kurt, Rob.
No, it makes sense now, but I guess I didn't put together that was a Zoom screen, so I was like not understanding what that was for.
Okay, yeah. So this one does come with the slip mat. So this, again, Vinyl Club, you get a little something special, and it's this cool slip mat for the album or for the song. But we get Black in 2020 on side 1, and then Black in 2020 live and Wood ? I don't remember what that is.
Anyways. Cool.
I really like the Vinyl Club stuff. Oh, and ours is number 6,899. Number 5. This is the fifth Vinyl Club they've released. Next one in the Vinyl Club is St. Anger Live Rarities. So this is from, I'm assuming, their St. Anger tour and whatnot. So, yep, side A we get Sweet Amber, The Unnamed Feeling. Then side B we get Dirty Window, followed by Some Kind of Monster. Edition number 6, our pressing number is, or our numbered version or copy is 3,973. And the little extra stuff we got with this one.
I'll open it.
This cool little pop art of the cover of just the different, of the cover and different whatnots.
And a poster like what you would hang on your wall of Metallica.
Yeah, for that
from that
tour.
Did you ever have things like this hanging on your wall that came out of magazines?
No, I did not.
Oh, I did.
Oh, no, that's not. That's the sleeve that it comes in.
This is the extra thing. It's the poster.
Okay. So the sleeve is really cool with the cover and the different colorings.
Yeah.
In very similar pop art.
Yeah.
And again, what you were talking about earlier. I replaced that with one of these clear ones. So
Yeah.
to protect the album a little better. Next edition for the Vinyl Club is Metallica live at Bridge School.
Benefit. Live at Bridge School Benefit, 1997. Are we old? Because I had to even move it so I could see.
Live at Bridge School Benefit, 1997. This is really cool because I think this is their first acoustic sort of sets that they've played. Lone Man's Lyric, Poor Twisted Me on side A, followed by Fade to Black and the Four Horsemen on side B. Edition number 7, our pressing number is 2,139. I don't know if
we got anything extra.
I know we got stuff extra. It might be in the actual album itself, like in the case.
Oh, yeah.
Take a quick look.
Oh, just the program. No, that's the sleeve.
That's the sleeve again.
Is that maybe where the other slip came from?
Maybe, but I thought I bought that. I may have bought that. But yeah, here's the sleeve, sort of with the Sunday, October 19th, with like the sets and who's playing and whatnot. Metallica had the last like 30 minutes of it. A lot of other bands like Lou Reed's on there, Smashing Pumpkins.
Look at that. They all got like 15-minute sets. 15, 15, 10, 40. Oh, the 10 is like the set change.
Yep.
But still, that's...
and then sort of like a little write-up from Lars about this benefit show. And they were very... If I remember right, I've read this when I first got it, and I can't remember all of it, but if I remember right, Lars was very... They as a band were very nervous about playing this show. Because they didn't think they would do good. They didn't think their music fit in like an acoustic sort of styling. But I can't remember who runs this. I think it's like Willie Nelson or some shit. And they're like, "No, you guys are going to be awesome. Trust us. This is going to sound amazing. You guys are going to do great." And that sort of like led them down like, "Oh, we can do acoustic stuff and have it sound great." So gave them the courage to explore new types of music and new ways to play their music.
Right. It's really cool when bands put their heavier songs into acoustic version. I like them.
Yeah, and I was wrong. Neil Young's Camp.
And who did you say? Oh, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson, yeah. So I couldn't remember. I knew it was somebody along those lines. All of these do also come with like the digital download cards. I don't know if I've downloaded everything digitally for our site or not. I think I started to do it, but I have it on vinyl. I don't need to download it on digitally. I might go back and make sure we do that so they don't expire. But yeah, these were in order because this was number 7. We started at 5. They would do 4 a year for the Vinyl Club. This is year 2. The first year they did it, it was singles. They were 7-inch vinyl, so we have that with our 7-inch collection.
Oh, okay.
After that, they came back for year 2, and they're like, "It's a really cool idea. We really like what we're doing, but it sort of hinders us, and we can't do some really cool stuff that we want to do, like this, where you get 4 tracks from this performance. So we're going to go to a 12-inch sort of styling for the Vinyl Club, with the hopes of giving you more unique, more great music, which I'm glad they did. In any case, I love the idea of them doing this, and I really hope they bring it back. And with the Vinyl Club, you could do all at once, get all the vinyl once they've all been released, or you can do it quarterly. They were supposed to come out quarterly. They always ran into issues with shipping and production issues. The
production was the big thing.
Of getting it out. So, yeah. This, I believe, is our last one. This is...
leftovers from the Black Album box set.
Yes, leftovers from the Black Album box set. I struggle with reading sometimes. So, I believe these were all supposed to be in the Black Album box set, but they didn't have enough room for them, so they just threw them on a vinyl collection. Or, yeah, whatever. So, edition number 8, number 343.
Wow, that's a low number.
I think the very first one I have is like number 16 or something.
Seriously?
It's super fucking low. Yeah.
After we just said like we don't really care about the numbers, but
yeah. So then we get Nothing Else Matters, My Friend of Misery, No Remorse, and then The Shortest Straw on this one. And these are like live recordings or mixes of those tracks. So that's why it makes them special. But yeah, that was the last one for the Vinyl Club. At least down here, when we do our 7-inch sort of review and collection, we'll talk about the other Metallica ones there. Or should we bring them out now and talk about them?
No, we could talk about them during the 7-inch. That's fine.
Whenever we get to that. But yeah, this was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be for just Metallica. I knew
it was going to be.
Yeah, so I think we're going to stop here. We'll continue on with this series and do it for the rest of our collection. But
we probably won't do band by band anymore. That's Metallica's the band that we have the most albums for.
Yeah, so the next section is Slipknot and Rammstein. So it's all Slipknot or Slipknot related albums. So like Stone Sour and whatnot is going to be in that section.
Well, maybe we do that one also.
Maybe.
I mean, we'll probably have enough to do. I don't know. We'll talk about it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's sort of the next box or little cubby that we have here for our album collection. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Like I said, we've got, I guess, 10 more cubbies to go through, so we'll see how many episodes that ends up being.
I think it's 11. No, 10.
10.
Yeah, because we did 2 for Metallica.
2, yeah.
I forgot that we did 2 for Metallica.
Yeah. In any case, go out, find some music, listen to it, whatever format you're listening to it. If it's live, vinyl, CD, what the fuck ever, streaming, just go out and enjoy some music.
Yep. Bye.